And our spring training visits continue here with Connor Joe, a Poway High, University of San Diego, and after a couple of stops in San Francisco and Colorado and Pittsburgh, and now with the Padres. Connor, is that as cool for you as it seems to all of us?
Yeah, absolutely.
That you're now a Padre?
Yeah, it's every kid's dream to play for their hometown team, and my hometown happens to be San Diego, the best city in America. So, absolutely, it's a dream come true for me to be here.
Connor, I heard you talk a little bit about it not necessarily being about the destination. You kind of were out in free agency looking for the best fit. You've come in, and how have you felt like you've been able to kind of blend in with the rest of the guys here in this clubhouse?
Yeah, absolutely. The free agency process was really about like picking the best opportunity for my career, my family. And then as it got down to the end, like obviously having San Diego in the mix, there was a couple teams at the final decision. And, it was hard not to be really intrigued by San Diego, right? The opportunity was really good. Like the fit was good for me. And then also just the ability to be at home and play in front of the San Diego fans. Like I know how electric the stadium is and stuff like that. So all those factors make this really exciting and something I'm really happy for. As far as camp going, it's going really well. I think getting first couple of weeks, you get acclimated and you get to know the guys. Obviously, playing against them, you get to know them a little bit, but it's always different when you get into a clubhouse and you get to know them on a deeper level. The staff, it also takes a little bit of a learning curve for that as well. Like how their coaching style is. And, I'm trying to teach them how they can help coach me. So it's, so much conversation early on in camp. And then as you get that kind of ironed out and get a feel for everyone, it's pretty, status quo as far as getting yourself ready for a championship season.
Connor Joe, Padres outfielder, first base, DH, and we're looking forward to a little of all of that. Correct me if I'm wrong. You made your debut at Petco Park, though, with the Giants, right? Yeah. So this is always coming back to San Diego for you, right?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about where you were that day. I remember that game pretty well. It was opening night or second night of the season. You're out in the outfield, and where you were then, where you are now.
Yeah, thinking back at that, it feels like, man, a lifetime ago. Everything was moving so fast for me. I had the whole spring training. I was a Rule 5 pick. So for people that don't know what that is, it's a stipulation where you get Rule 5, you get put on the big league roster, and you have to stick with that big league team, or you get offered back to your original organization. I was with Cincinnati in camp. They made a couple trades, which made it really hard for me to see like a pathway with that team. As it came down to the end of camp, I got traded to the Giants with a week left. So like starting the whole process of, getting to know people's names. I didn't even know people's names going into the season. Really cool story about that was Bruce Bochy was able to tell me that I was going to make the opening day roster and debut in San Diego. I grew up watching Bruce Bochy. Took a tour at Qualcomm Stadium with my dad where Bochy was tossing to me in the batting cage. So like a lot of full circle moments for me in my career, but everything was moving really fast. Like I didn't know that I was going to be starting opening day. It happened to be, I think I'm facing Eric Lauer. So I was starting in left field, like didn't really know how to be a big leaguer, didn't know how to prepare myself for a game, didn't know how to read scouting reports. And so everything was moving quick. Long story short, I got, I think it was a couple weeks with the Giants, got DFA'd, sent back to the Dodgers. So now where I'm at now, I know myself better. I know how I can contribute to a team, how I can contribute to a locker room, what I offer to a team. I just know myself better. I'm more mature. I know how to read a scouting report. I know how to I know how to filter information that can benefit me. I know how to filter out information that is too much. I'm just in a lot better place. I know how to simplify the game, and I see the game in a different perspective, I guess.
It's the closest thing that you feel to naked on the field. When you go back and you've had the kind of experience that Connor has, you look back at that time and just think how little you actually knew. And it's kind of remarkable that you're even in the big leagues at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Connor, you've obviously had to deal with some tough you dealt with the cancer. You were able to beat that. And, all while trying to figure out who you were as a big leaguer. I mean, at what point did you start to feel like you were turning the corner into what you could offer a clubhouse, how you could help a team best with your skill set?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And as I look back at my journey and career, it's cancer happened for a reason. And I think after my cancer battle, my journey, I became a better person, a better man, a better husband, which in turn helped me become a better baseball player. Like that journey.
Yeah.
I learned so much from baseball before that helped me go through that journey. And then I learned so much from that journey that helped me become a better baseball player. So it's like stages and layers and layers. But yeah, I know myself better. I see my priorities are in line. Baseball is still extremely important to me, but going through cancer and being a survivor, it's like there's other things other than baseball. And baseball doesn't define me, right? Like who I am as a dad, who I am as a husband really defines me, and that in turn took a lot of pressure off me on the baseball field. I still pour into baseball. It's my passion. I love it so much, and I'm extremely dedicated to it. But I was able to separate baseball and then also life away from the field, which is just like freed me up mentally and freed me up. It's amazing.
I mean, you go through something like that, an 0 for 4 day doesn't sound as, as stressful, right? So
exactly.
We're visiting with Connor Joe here. All right, this guy is, he is Mr. Poway and his life and the Gwynn name, but he's also in the Poway High School Hall of Fame. What do we have to do to get you in there?
I don't know.
Come on.
He's on his way. I can tell you that.
Come on.
He's well on his way.
Please open up a spot for him, will you, Tony?
I mean, listen, I don't get a vote in this. I was just excited to be a part of it. But again, as I said, Connor is I mean, he's doing it. I mean, he has put together a fabulous career to this point, and he's still got a lot of time left.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm going to go off the board, and I hope I don't put you in a tough spot. But you played last year in Pittsburgh, Paul Skenes. Paul Skenes is amazing, but unfortunately in San Diego, he was up against Jackson Merrill for the Rookie of the Year award. So we were always kind of glancing an awkward eye toward Paul Skenes, and now you get to know Jackson Merrill. Talk a little bit about, make us like Paul Skenes a little bit more than we do in San Diego, because we're not fair to him here. We really aren't,
Yeah, I know. That was a really fun race to watch. Those two guys doing their thing, and Paul's an ultimate pro. And as I get to know Jackson,
that's a rookie too, by the way.
Well.
He's saying, he's an ultimate pro. That's
right.
That's
really
a huge compliment.
Man. Yeah. But as I get to know Jackson, like he's the same way, and he carries himself the same way, and he works like a pro. But Paul's great. Like what you see on the field is what you get, and then away from the field, he's true professional. I mean, he's got the military background in his family, so he knows how to carry himself. He's respectful of others. But he also knows how to contribute to the clubhouse, and he's not just shut off to himself and to himself. Like he's got so much attention and so much publicity throughout the whole year, and he really knew how to handle that and not let that divert him from his work on the field. I'm a big fan of Paul. I got to know him really well, and really impressed with what he did. Obviously, seeing Jackson, on the highlights, it's like, man, he definitely was the Rookie of the Year as a offensive player. It just was unfortunate that he matched up with Paul in the same year.
Yeah.
Connor Joe joins us here, Powegian, USD, and now a San Diego Padre.
And by the way, Tony doesn't normally allow USD interviews because we're both Aztecs. You're making an excuse because he's Poway.
He's
right?
Poway
That's
first.
Right. Yeah, right.
Connor, spring offensively got off to a little bit of a slow start for you. You're bouncing around, playing different positions, which is nothing new for you. Over the last 2 weeks, though, that has changed. You have started to swing the bat. You're using all fields. The thing that I enjoy watching this team as you guys start to put it together is there's a team approach to this ball club. It's what gave them so much success. You guys seemingly are just trying to work to add to that this year. How have you been able to get going offensively? I know obviously it takes some time to get your feet under you, but it's been a noticeable difference in your ABs and your swing over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think there's always like a progression to spring training, how it's structured, right? Like hitters are always going to be behind pitchers. That's just the nature of the game. So as like early on, it's really you got to be able to get feedback from your at bats in the right way, right? Like it's not necessarily just about the hits or just about the numbers, but yeah, like as I ramped up and got into the routine and how I wanted to take at bats, I've been really happy with the past couple weeks. Victor is really big on preaching like Petco Park hitting, right? So for fans, Petco Park has historically played more pitcher friendly, and I think on the offensive side, they brought that to our awareness. And Petco Park hitting is basically like gap to gap hitting. Past year, I got really one sided and really pull happy, and I think coming into this organization and being around Victor, McCoy, all the hitting staff, it's like they've opened me up to becoming more hitterish and like more of a complete hitter using the whole field. So yeah, it's been great. And to get around these guys, to hear how they're talking, like the superstars are here, right? Like I'm just trying to compliment them and be a small part of it and learn from these guys. So yeah, gap to gap hitting is who I am. That's how I'm going to produce numbers, right? Like everyone wants to hit homers and those are great, but like you can also slug by hitting doubles, right? Like OPS is great. And there's so many different ways to OPS. So the past couple of weeks has been great because I have been driving the ball the other way. And that's something that I got away from last year. And that's something I'm capable of. So I hope to continue that.
Last thing, Connor, we really appreciate the time. This question comes from a pair of very jealous people here.
Okay.
Your hair is incredible. So I mean, you talk a little bit about, you can't help but notice it, right? When you see this guy play.
I mean, anybody who can like wrap it up, put it in a bun. I mean, they're already winning.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. This is going to be you going forward? Do you ever see going short? Or?
Oh man, you know what? It's kind of when I was going through cancer and I did lose my hair the second round of chemo. As it grew back, it was like, I don't know if people know, but like when you go through chemo, as it grows back, it's like super curly. And my hair right now is super straight. It's always been straight my whole life. So like, as it grew back curly, I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like maybe just let it grow. And I signed with the Rockies and, there's like 1,000 mullets over there started by Charlie Blackman. So I was so I was like, I kind of fit in here. So kind of just kept on letting it grow. As I cut it, it straightened out and I kind of just wear it as a badge of honor, right? Like it's kind of like,
that's great.
I lost all my hair. I went through cancer and now like, as it's growing back, it's like, I just wear it as kind of a badge of honor, which is kind of cool. I probably should take a little bit better care of it other than just rinsing water through it and putting some pomade, but I love it. Yeah, it's me.
I think it's going to be something now. Every time I see you, I'm going to think, about what that all stands for.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's a great thing. Connor, thanks so much for the time. Great for me to get to meet you, and you'll have a great season with Tony, and we wish you all the best of luck.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. That's fun.
Thank you, Connor.
Yeah.